Hey everybody, welcome to Buzzing About Romance, a quick shot of romance. I am Leah, and today I am joined by Amanda. Hi, Amanda.
Hello, Leah.
And on this episode of A Quick Shot of Romance, we're doing things a little bit different. So we're going to pad your TBR. So first off, you're welcome. But so for this quick shot patter, we're picking a microtrope, a character, a movie, a vibe, or something inspirational that wants us wanting books that are just like that. And so for this episode, we are doing Jonathan Jackson as Charlie
Joshua.
Conway. Joshua. Why do I keep? Oh, there is a Jonathan Jackson though,
Is there? Oh, okay.
but it is Joshua Jackson. You're right, as Charlie Conway. And let's explain people why we are doing this, Amanda.
Okay, so we were talking about he's doing he's narrating an audio book, and I think it just came out, and it was like it's called My Canadian Boyfriend, and we were talking about it in the Discord channel. And I was just kind of like, you reminisce about movies that I saw this person in, and Carrie actually asked me, she was like, "Oh, is that why you're obsessed with rowing because of the Skulls movie?" And I was like, wait, it is. It probably really is.
Oh that movie.
If I have to be honest and go back and think about it. And so I did this like little Instagram post and like basically suggested that like the Mighty Ducks and Dawson's Creek and the Skulls were like the start of several of my
Obsessions.
obsessions.
So if you are not aware of what the Mighty Ducks are and Charlie Conway, so it is a movie that came out in 1992 with Emilio Estevez as Coach Bombay about Pee Wee hockey. And Joshua Jackson plays Charlie Conway, who is this kid who loves hockey, but he's kind of like a golden retriever. He's like one of the original golden retrievers.
He is a bit of a golden retriever. And then also too, his mom's a single mom. And so
Hmm.
they kind of, they struggle financially a little bit. So he's a little kind of, that wrong side of the tracks. He's not the typical person that gets
He's no Adam
like these
Banks.
opportunities. Yes, this is true.
But yeah, but this is where we're going. So we're picking Charlie Conway style characters. Um, so, but we will be hopefully doing more of these episodes, like just to try them out because of course, like it's us and we love to give you all the book racks. So
Yes.
Charlie Conway, what's your number one Charlie Conway book?
Okay, so it's actually like a combination of books,
Okay.
both by Natasha Madison. So This Is Forever and then Only One Forever. And the reason I did two is because in This Is Forever, it's Justin and Caroline's book. And Caroline is a single mom to Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
His dad is not really in his life. He's kind of a trash person. She signs him up for youth hockey, and Justin Stone is one of the coaches for the youth hockey league, and is immediately attracted to Caroline, and then obviously kind of falls for Charlie in the process, and really becomes like a mentor to him, which very much kind of mimics the whole Charlie and Coach Bombay
Mm-hmm.
relationship dynamic in the Mighty Ducks. And then so in you get that whole story and how Justin and Caroline end up together, and they eventually, he adopts Justin. I mean, he adopts Dylan, who becomes
Mm-hmm.
part of like the Stone family, which is like this big, massive hockey royalty family. So then you actually get Dylan's book in Only One Forever, and he is with Alex. And there's also that also kind of mirrors another situation. There's another kid who gets kind of dropped off at the youth hockey center, and Alex and Dylan take him under his wing. And it's just kind of like a very full circle
Mm-hmm.
moment between those two books. And I think above all else, like Dylan is Charlie Conway, like in every sense of the word. So anytime I think about that movie, I think about those two books.
Yeah, so you got your two. You have the
Yes,
original Mighty
sorry.
Ducks
And
and
then
D3, like
later, Mighty
which
Ducks.
is not as good. I mean, the sequels are never as good as the original, but hey.
No.
Anyway, so I went more just character
Yeah.
style book looking, especially because you already took Dylan.
Sorry.
So my first book is Ballsy, which is book 4 of the Breakers hockey series by Elise Faber. This
Okay.
is the story of Connor Smith and Kaylee Henderson. So Connor is this kid, or not a kid, he's definitely not a kid. He's kind of loud, he's kind of brash, but he's very like introspective and like, but he is this person who will do anything for Kaylee. He does anything for his teammates. Like there's the like family and the connection of the teammates is one of the most important things for him. And it's that found family aspect, which Charlie, like in the movie, like he really wants to create this connection with all of the people playing, like all of the teammates, like girls and boys, because they're both girls and boys in Mighty
Oh
Ducks.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's just his character is really reminiscent of what I imagine Charlie Conway to be. All right, what's
I
your other
can,
one?
well, I'll let you want to do your other
Oh,
one since
okay.
I
And I did
kind of did
all hockey
two.
books. I did
Okay.
all hockey books. You went a little
I went a
crazy.
little rogue. Yeah.
It's okay. My other one, my next one is Rookie Move by Serena Bowen. So this is a wide release. There is an audiobook, but I didn't listen to it. It's a second chance, and my reasoning for this is because Leo is definitely a golden retriever. Like he is this guy who like his heart was broken by Georgia and he doesn't understand why. He doesn't understand the basis behind it. And as you read the book, like you it makes sense. But just the way in which he cares for her, it shows like the real emotion and that's where the parallels are because Charlie's a really emotional like character, like the way that he's created in all three of the story, like all three of the movies. And it's just really embodies like the care that like both of them show.
See that. Yeah, I haven't read that series yet, but it's on my list
It's very
soon.
good. I mean, there's ups and downs, of course,
Yeah,
but
of course. Oh, and I will say I forgot to say first that both of the books I mentioned by Natasha Madison are available in KU right now.
mhm.
So I did forget to say that. And
And
I did,
I think they both have audiobooks as well.
I believe they do. Yeah. And yeah, but I read the ebook for those. So
Hmm.
and then I guess I'll do my last one. And I don't know where this came from. I mean, I kind of know where it came from, but I was thinking about who kind of reminds me of Charlie Conway, and I could not get this book out of my head. And it really kind of doesn't sound like it makes sense,
It doesn't,
but
but I have a feeling
but
like once you talk about it, it will.
yeah. So my last book is actually Rough and Tumble by Rena Morgan. So that's book one in her Men of Haven series. The series is available wide. It's not in KU. There are audiobooks for that entire series. The first book is about Jace and Vivian. And I think the reason I keep thinking about Jace when I think about Charlie Conway is because he was raised by a single mom as well.
Hmm.
They were in a very tough situation. Jace kind of like muscles his way out of that situation, creates this life and this brotherhood. And I think that's where maybe I just kept seeing Charlie is like
Hmm.
if Charlie didn't have, the opportunities that he ended up having with the Mighty Ducks, like where would he be? And I think that he still would have picked himself up, created a brotherhood for himself and his mom and his other brothers and just kind of like created that found family another way. And
I can
so,
see that. Yeah. It
yeah, I mean,
definitely.
and he's definitely not a golden retriever. I mean, Jace is
Oh no.
definitely
No, not at all.
Jace is the other end of the spectrum. He is definitely an alpha hole.
Oh yeah. With
But
like almost an asshole.
oh yeah, he's very close. But I don't know. There was still that same just sense of family and protection and just that desire to make something out of himself, I think is just where I saw Charlie. So
Hmm.
this was my if Charlie had gone a little rogue.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can understand where that connection is.
And then
Yeah.
Becky will be proud that I got a Brenna Morgan
I know,
reference
honestly,
for
anytime
this,
we talk about
right?
Rena Morgan, like she's like, yeah. Okay, and so my last one is Baden by Sawyer Bennett.
So good.
There is an audiobook. It is Aiden Snow and Lisa Lamb. And let me tell you, I mean, honestly, it's Aiden Snow, so I'm gonna listen to it. I eyeballed this book when it first came out, and then I recently listened to it just because I I typically only listen to rereads. And I was just like, I need something to listen to. And there wasn't anything else that was catching like my eye. And so I was like, ooh, Aiden, yes, please. But this story, it's Sophie and Baden, and they have history. And which, if you read the Arizona Vengeance series, like you learn about like what happened to both of them and how they met. And it is not a good meeting. It is not a good situation. So this is book one of the Pittsburgh Titans series. It is a spinoff from The Vengeance, which is a spinoff from The Cold Fury. And anyway, but it's just Baden is such a steady character. He's very smart. He's very driven. He's very like he's done a lot of healing, but he's just so steady. And I don't say that in a bad way. Like this is one of those
No.
characters where like you want and you need that steady. You want and you need the care that he shows everybody in his life. Like you want and need like the delicate way in which he progresses his relationship with Sophie. And it just like he's kind of golden retriever, but not. Like he has those like alpha tendencies in the way he's protective, but he's such a good guy. And he's such like the perfect blend of everything that you want in a character.
Yeah, he's a really good choice. I totally understand why you would pick him for that.
Yeah. Like honestly, like when you and I were talking about this, like he was the first one that popped into my head because I was like, man, like just the way in which he treats everybody. Like there's just such a care in the way he reacts to everybody around him and the way that he like his healing journey and all of that stuff. And I just thought he was the perfect one. And again, like it's Sawyer and we're talking hockey. So I mean, but okay. So if there is a microtrope, a movie, a character, a song, anything that you would like us to recommend books with, send us an email at thebees@bookcaseandcoffee.com. Because honestly, if we can pad your TBR, that is our life goal with the podcast.
It really is.
And this is a fun little like change from like our usual quick shots. And it makes us think a little bit more about the books we're reading as well. Well, thank you, Amanda, for joining me on this Patter Quick Shot of Romance.
Thanks for having me.
And until next time, happy reading, everybody.
Find us on Instagram at Buzzing About Romance or on Twitter at Buzzing Romance. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you'd like to support us directly, join the Bookcase and Coffee Patreon and receive exclusive content only available to Patreon members. Check out bookcaseandcoffee.com for our on-the-shelf show notes.